Based on what was ultimately available, I'd give them a B plus. I mean, you could make the argument that they got the biggest bat that was traded in Arozarena. All of the names we were talking about, all the speculation about Luis Robert and Brent Rooker and Vlad Guerrero and Bo Bichette, and we can go down this list. None of them were traded, so it's not as if other teams made bigger offensive additions and the Mariners just sat back. You can argue they came away with the biggest bat in Arozarena. And then Turner is, listen, he's 39 years old. He's a guy with a ton of experience, both of them both have huge postseason experience. So I think they're good. I like what they did. I wish they could have done more. I certainly would have loved another bat, but based on what actually was moved from team to team offensively, B plus. I was. I thought, for sure somebody like Luis Robert Jr. would move. The White Sox are such a disaster, and they did move players. They moved DeYoung, they moved Fetty, they had moved other players, but he was one that was speculated on to so many different teams outside of the Mariners. I thought for sure somebody would blow their doors off, and I don't know what the asking price was. Maybe it was just too exorbitant, obviously, for everybody. But somebody like Rooker on the A's, I think the A's are always looking to shed somebody they're going to have to pay. So yeah, there were certainly names that I thought for sure would be on other teams right now that didn't get traded. So yeah, that was surprising. I saw them starting to put it together. There was some continuity to their approach, and I like the presence of Justin Turner. You saw him come out there, very first hit, kind of gets out in front of an off-speed pitch, but is able to keep the bat in the zone, flip it to right field. He's just an experienced hitter, and I feel like that stuff sort of trickles down. Arozarena had hits in his first few games, hits the home run at Fenway. All of that stuff is huge, and more importantly, they're doing it without Julio there. I mean, Julio was a guy who was getting red hot in July. If you look at his numbers, he was on fire in July, finally. Then he gets hurt. So they're winning these games. Yeah, they're against some suspect teams, certainly, but they've been beat by suspect teams in the Angels. So I'm not going to take any win for granted. They're doing it without Julio. They're doing it without JP, who was struggling quite a bit, but he's still a guy who's going to go up there and battle. He's going to make that pitcher work, and he's a presence in that clubhouse. So the fact that they're staying afloat, that they're going back and forth between first place and tied for first place without key guys is big. Hopefully everything's good with Julio. He's the most important guy that's hurt. He's the biggest contributor of the people that are hurt currently. I don't know what's going on with Santos. You brought him over with high expectations that he was going to be a high leverage guy in that bullpen. He starts the year hurt, comes over in the middle of the year. They are baby stepping him all the way through. He has that little tweaked knee injury in a game. Then the other day he's got a bicep thing. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's somebody that they were counting on his presence. You finally got him back. You felt like you had some slack in the bullpen, and he's hurt himself twice, and he's only been out there a handful of times. So that one concerns me. JP, I'm not concerned. I mean, it is what it is. It's a broken pinky. It's going to heal. He's going to be back. Hopefully Julio sooner than later. But Santos is the one he just seems fragile or unlucky. I don't know which it is. Yeah, I am, only because I'm betting on Julio being back hopefully really soon. And if he comes back, in addition to the sort of the calming nature of Justin Turner, just that old vet that's there who's been through it all, seen it all, done it all, and then you throw in Arozarena again, who's got a ton of postseason experience, where he's excelled, by the way. I just think it's a longer lineup. I think it's a deeper lineup. So I think if they can just kind of stay afloat until these guys get back, I think they are better than they were certainly before the trade deadline. Again, they didn't do as much as I would have hoped, but nobody really did. So I like what they did, and I think they are better than they were.